Cabbage? I had... That's what I had.
Texture.
All right. It looks like Mike is joining us, too. Annette's there. Annette's looking all festive. Are those shamrocks on her shirt that I see?
Yes, they are. KK7AYJ.
Fantastic. Well, I have to admit, here's my confession. This is the greenest shirt I own. And it's like a brownish green. It's kind of disgusting. I need a green shirt. That's what I need. K7LAN, I see him here. Welcome aboard, sir. Glad you're joining us. And we're going to start pre-check in 6 minutes. So this is very exciting. Again, go on to the FusionNet.org, click menu, and then St. Patty's Day FusionNet, and it will give you instructions to our Zoom meeting. So just a reminder, you talk through the radio, but you show us your pretty faces through your webcam. All right, 82 LRS. Has anybody ever used the joke, Dave and Annette? We're going to start a net. Get it? Net. Oh, come on, that's funny. Don't shake your head. KE0MIZ. What's up, Rob? How are you, man? Are you there, or is that just a picture of you?
K0MIZ. Yeah, that's just a still shot. I'm still messing around with Zoom here.
Got it. My girlfriend was looking at your picture, and she's like, "Why do you look so serious?" And then it kind of hit me that that is a still photo. Either that, or you know how to play like mannequin.
No, I'm pretty stoic, actually. I'll figure this out here in a second and see what happens. There you go. Here we are. Hi, everybody.
Oh, I love the background. Leonora, my girlfriend, said that I should have a background like you, Rob. Maybe I will. Maybe that's coming in the next few minutes. I'm not sure. Look at the sunglasses. Oh, he's getting fancy right now. He's getting very, very fancy right now. I don't know if I can do that. I don't even know how you did that.
Yeah, well, I thought I'd throw those shades on like Joe does. They're on the webpage. Those guys got those glasses on. So I had it here. I don't know where it went.
There it is. I love that. I love that. You know, seeing you with the sunglasses reminds me of a picture that David knows very well of Joe in Miami in a store after drinking and after spending all day in the sun doing crazy, I guess, obscene things to mannequins in a store. And he was wearing sunglasses like that. The only thing Rob's missing right now to be ultra cool is Pierre Cardin cologne. Remember that stuff. Dennis, how are you, sir? Great to have you on board tonight. It looks like you're not even broadcasting from this planet.
That's a backup, and glad to see everybody so far. Hope everybody had a great week, and I'm looking forward to tonight. And Aaron Gobra, back to you. N5 GWR.
Oh my God! Look at this. Look where Joe's broadcasting from, or transmitting from, I should say. He's in my shack. Oh my God! I'm looking at balcony. I don't see him. He might be a ghost. He's in my shack. Look at this. Hold on. I gotta see if I have Joe's shack. Maybe I'll use his.
I lost my PTT.
I think you lost everything just about now. There you are. All right, let me see. Hold on. I used to have. Aha! I found it. Look at this. I'm in Joe's old shack right now.
Oh wow, that brings back memories. Memories. Yeah, I said let me go to QRZ. I said let me get Jay's background because I like his army of HTs, which are right. Oh wait, right. Hold on. Can you see that? Right over here. That's John. That's Jay's army of HTs, and they fight with each other too.
You know, they absolutely do fight with each other. And you want to know something? All I'm going to say is this. If you have that many HTs with that many antennas, you better keep your radios away from the ladies, if you know what I'm saying. KD2 LRX. Mike, J7LAN, I saw you were wearing sunglasses before, virtual sunglasses too. Where'd they go?
Oh, I was just playing with the all the different virtual things and checking out the sunglasses, hats, and all kinds of things they have. Now I'm trying to find a picture for the background. And the only one I found is the same one that he's got of your shack. Is a really good picture on QRZ I can pull off. I'll probably find something different.
I'll give you a little hint. Go over to N7MKY Shack or QRZ and pull a picture from there. Don't tell him I said to do that. I don't think he's listening right now. I think he's lighting up his shirt.
That was my plan, but the picture that he has on there, it's got his face on it. So, I'd have to like crop it down in order to use it.
New FusionNet rules. On QRZ, you have to have a generic photo of your shack so that we could all put each other's shack as the background on the Zoom meeting. Joe looks like he's in the Studio 54 kind of. Look at this. Like, look at all the colors on his. Look at this. Boogie night, dun 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 dun. Dun.
And I just put on my my the original FusionNet shirt. I still haven't made the other ones yet, but I've got them all ready to go.
Very nice. Now, some of you might be saying, you know what, Joe? you're a party pooper because you're not wearing a green shirt for St. Patrick's Day. But I was actually going to say that, to be honest with you. But then I remembered the FusionNet shirt has green in it. So there you go. Stop showing David and Annette your butt.
You know, David really likes it. Oh, Dennis looks like Kato from what's that, the Green Hornet.
That's awesome. And look at this. Look above you, Joe. Well, it's above you on my screen. K7LIN looks like it's Stephen David Shack. It looks just like David Shack. I recognize those wood, what do you call them, cabinet doors and the radio things with them. I'm pretty sure that's David Shack.
Oh yeah, it definitely looks like David Shaw for sure. And I gotta say, Cigarette Annette looks too good to be sitting next to Dave. Dave, that's it, man. She looks, she's too good for you.
KK7AYJ. We just compliment each other.
Kind of like the numbers 1 plus 1. They equal 2. David and Annette. What about that? Good, I guess that. David, let me ask you a question. Where the angle that we're seeing you at now, are you in the same room as you were in for Christmas or for the holidays, or is this a different shack? This is like shack
2. In 7MKY, talking on KK70YJ's radio. No, this is Shack 2. This is the garage. This is where I run up and down the stairs, and the repeater is right over there with the dysfunctional issues that I've been testing for 2 weeks now.
Listen, guys, I'm just going to say something that anytime you, well, let's put it this way. I'll say it like this. All of us are kind of doomed. And by that I mean we're all into radio gear. We're all into electronics. And none of it ever works right. Okay? So it could be ham radio gear. It could be a hotspot. With me, my issue of the week is I do a web stream from my house 24 hours a day, and I'm having like crazy audio glitches that even though nobody else notices them, I do, and they drive me nuts. So I think we're all doomed being in like this kind of electronic radio hobby of ours, whether it be ham radio or anything else, or computers in general. So anyway, it's 8:35. Oh my God, look at Toby. 2E0 TGE. Toby, I've never seen you in person. This is awesome.
Hey Jay, if you've got NetLogger up and running, close it down and start it up again. Because I just I had major computer issues this week. I had to put a new video card in and memory, and I had to kind of like reset everything. So I just reset the FusionNet, so I think I got it now.
All right, no problem. I just actually, you probably saw, I took a picture of all the entries I have in there so far. So just give me a second. I'll go back in.
There's my mate from across the pond. What's going on? And he's drinking a Guinness. Look at that.
I'll tell you, these guys from England, the UK, Ireland, and Scotland, they know how to down them. They do. I love Guinness, by the way. It's like my favorite beer. Just saying.
I quit drinking beer.
You know, the only liquor I think I have right now, other than vodka, which is controversial these days, everybody, is Scotch. That's kind of Irish-ish. Well, no, it's Scottish technically, but it's still kind of part of that island area, maybe. Although I know that Irish and Scottish, like cats and dogs a little bit, right?
I was more of a Sam Adams kind of a guy.
Now, Joe, you can't say that you were a Sam Adams type of guy to somebody across the pond. You know, those our colonial heroes, man, they're not exactly the heroes of the people in the UK.
I kind of like my old English.
All right. All right, you got a point. Old English, yeah, I think that's a little bit better. You know what? I'll stay neutral. I like my Colt 45, Joe. You know that.
Oh, it works every time.
All right, guys. So I have 6 entries right now. I will actually, I'm going to call the entries that I have in here right now because Toby, we've known each other for a long time, and your call sign, even though I'm used to it now, throws me off every time. 2E0TGE. That's all the numbers. All right, but I got you in there. All right, so I have 6 people right now. I'm going to go one by one because I want to get temperatures of whether or not you have traffic. N7MKY, he's drinking something. It looks good. David in Boise, what's your local temperature, and do you have traffic tonight?
N7MKY, the phone is dead along with the repeater. Hopefully it's still broadcasting. I'll have to get back to you on temperature, but traffic, it's what? 55 degrees according to KK7AYJ. So, yes, I will have traffic. Back to net control.
Did you say 35 degrees? 35? No, it can't be. 55. 55? Hold on. 55. Okay, 55. I'm going to change that, and you have traffic. All right, fantastic. By the way, I love David and his next sign language. It's the best. All right. You know what? One day we're going to have a FusionNet where everybody just kind of does hand signs, you know, and we're not actually going to talk on the radio. We're just going to do this on Zoom. Yeah, that'll be fun. Well, Joe hosts that night. All right. KK7AYJ, Annette. I think I know your temperature unless it's different. Being to, I guess, stage left from David, stage right from me. Or not stage right, the other right, whatever that's called. 55, and you have traffic for me. You know what? I'm marking you down as having traffic because you always have a joke for us.
Net control KK7AYG. Yes, I will have traffic this evening.
All right, fantastic. We don't know what traffic is. I'm gonna guess and say it's the Patrick Day radio joke, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's a Christmas radio joke. I don't know. All right, so let's have to see. K7LAN, Sir Mike. What's your local temperature? Do you have traffic tonight?
Good evening. It's kind of in and out of the Zoom article. I go quick there and feed the kids and that kind of stuff. But so also 55 degrees here in Boise. It's just on the other side of the freeway from where David is. And that sounds good. Back to next door.
All right, fantastic. Loving, you know what? Everybody's got great backgrounds, but I think I like K7LAN. So it's kind of cool. He looks so much smaller than the screen to the right of him. And I love his sign. Look at that. That is awesome. That is really cool, man. All right. Oh, that's not even his sign. That's N7MKY's sign. Look at that. All right, throwing me off there. We are going now to N5DWR in Spring, Texas. He started off out of this world, then he was probably in like Palm Beach maybe, and now he is back in Texas. So Dennis, what's your local temperature? Do you have traffic?
I don't have any traffic tonight. The temperature is 66 degrees. Just had to look at my weather thing. Showing 66, so back at you. N5 deal.
N5DWR. Thank you, Dennis. Great to have you here. Look at Toby. I think Toby's on his second Guinness right now. This is going to be interesting. Watch how quickly he goes from high energy as he is now to all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? All right. AC2AE. Joseph in Great Neck? Or is he in Gravesend? I'm not really sure. Joe, what's your local temperature? I'm assuming you probably have traffic. And I have a question for you. How much you want to bet Russ doesn't show up on the camera?
Well, I'm not going to take that bet because he's probably not. But I have got a steamy, hot, and humid 52 degrees. And yes, I have had my air conditioner on the last couple of days. Although this morning when I woke up, I was a little chilly. I think it was for the first time in this whole winter. But I'm actually, since I reset the computer, I am now downloading the Wires X, and I'm having trouble getting the repeater on here now. So just trying to see what I'm doing wrong here.
Ah, gotcha. Well, we'll let you do that. I'm sure you'll get that back up and running very quickly. And for Joe being cold, wow, that's a first. I think the last time I heard Joe was cold was maybe last year. There was one day where it was absolutely frigid, and I mean, he couldn't even take how cold it was. So that's pretty wild. And Joe's running that AC. I'm sure over by him is Con Edison. Con Edison's probably so happy that Joe's running that AC right now. All right, 52 degrees. I'm going to mark him down as having traffic. And then, of course, the guy who is the spokesperson for Guinness, Toby, 2E0TGE. Toby, what's up, sir? Toby, do you have traffic tonight? And what's your local temperature in the UK, Southampton, to be exact?
Alright, everybody straight across the yeah, I've got no traffic with you here, but obviously, it's gonna be done. That's one of the actual bigger cans we've got over here. They usually are 40 mil, but they are 538 mil. Oh, hell, somebody's gonna be on their face tonight. But anyway, yeah, it's probably quarter to 1 in the morning here. So I've come in and say hi, because I'm going to speak from my office, but yeah, you're the only day over here. Can't say too long, but come and say hi and see everybody there. Looking good, looking good. Yeah, it's all very good. Okay, start to get on net control. You're on our next street, TV.
2E0TG, did you say 39 degrees? Is that right? All right, 39 degrees. Is David, I'm going to ask you if you can do me a favor. Can you take over very temporarily net control operating duties? I need to run through the John, if you know what I'm saying. Too much corned beef.
In 7MKY, KD2LRX, I would be more than happy to. I don't have NetLogger on the machine down here in the garage, so if Joe's got it up and running, I don't even have paper, but absolutely, by all means, in 7MKY, your temporary standby St. Patrick's Day fun shenanigans net control operator. It is 6:48, and we are still taking early bird check-ins. Early bird check-ins for the FusionNet. Who have we not confirmed temperature and traffic with yet? Joe, can you tell me?
Kilo Delta 9, Oscar Hotel, Quebec.
All right, net control recognizes Kilo Delta 9, Oscar Hotel, Quebec. What is your location, outside temperature, and do you have traffic for the net later?
Location is Trumbull, Wisconsin, along the Mississippi River. Local temperature 45 degrees Fahrenheit, and I have no traffic for the net. KD9OHQ clear.
Alrighty, sir. Well, thank you very much for your check-in. Got you 45 degrees with no traffic. Be sure to go to FusionNet.org. There's some information on the tab down at the very bottom for the St. Patrick's Day Zoom meeting. So if you can join us via Zoom, we'd love to see you. N7MKY, taking additional early bird check-ins. Early bird check-ins, come one, come all. Please come with your call sign, your location, your outside temperature, and if you have traffic for the net.
Okay. Dave, do me a favor, Dave. Give me a 5 count. I gotta see if this is actually linked to the repeater or not.
In 7MKY, getting a uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, for some reason I'm not hearing it coming back, but I'm transmitting to the... Huh. What have I done here?
Alright, N7MKY, net control operator. K7LAN, I see you're back in your chair. Do you copy?
Yep, I'm here. I got you loud and clear, K7LAN.
Alrighty. Well, I guess Joe's not hearing me. But again, in 7MKY, temporary net control operator for your St. Patty's Day shenanigans here on the FusionNet. Still got time for some early bird check-ins. Early bird check-ins, come one, come all. Any additional early bird check-ins, please come with your call sign, location, temperature, and if you have traffic for the net.
Net control. Net control and pilot. This is Kilo Golf 0, Bravo Kilo, restaurant Manchester, where it is
Wow, I'm gonna have to get back to you. My outside temperature setting isn't working correct. It's showing 48, and that can't be right. So I'll get back to you on the temperature.
Alrighty, sir. KG0BK. Glad to have you, Russ. You can get back to me on that temperature. You can also get back to me on if you have traffic for the net this evening. N7MKY, temporary control operator. I see that Mr. KD2LRX has returned to the camera. Mr. KD2LRX, are you ready to take over the St. Patty's Day fun?
KD2LRX, yes I am. Thank you for relieving me there. I have KG0BK, Russ in Manchester. I know that we're waiting for his temperature. We had somebody else, I think, also check in. Is that right?
That is correct. We had Kilo Delta 9, Oscar Hotel, Quebec, 45 degrees and no traffic. We also have WB7RWS with a temperature of 57 degrees and no traffic from San Francisco, California. He has returned from the Philippines and is on his way back to Boise, Idaho.
All right. Joe just said, yes, I did restart NetLogger. Oh, I didn't click start logging. I'm sorry, that's my mistake. But I am getting everybody's info there. So you should see that come up in a second, Joe. Sorry about that. With KD9HBQ, what was, I guess, James in Springfield, Illinois' temperature again?
In 7MK1, Internet Control, correction, Kilo Delta 9, Oscar, Hotel, Quebec. Temperature was 45 degrees, no traffic.
Okay, KD9OHQ, 49 degrees, no traffic. QSL, okay, perfect. I see him saying that. All right, fantastic. So I think I'm all caught up there. I'll give Russ another few minutes just to kind of catch up. I know he's had some technical difficulties there before I get his temperature. But are there any other stations looking to check in? Please call Net Control now, KD2LRX. Wow, nothing heard. Okay, well, we have 8 so far. Just a friendly reminder that today is St. Patty's Day. If you're in the United States, you're probably still celebrating it because the day's not over quite yet. If you're in the UK, like Toby is, you're celebrating it still with us. So, congrats. That's awesome. With that said, since it is a holiday, we are hosting not only on the Air FusionNet, but we are also hosting it via Zoom. How do you join the Zoom fun? All you have to do is go to the FusionNet.org, click the menu selector, and scroll down to St. Patty's Day FusionNet, and it will give you all the information you need to link into the FusionNet Zoom meeting. So please do enjoy. We have so many wonderful people already with us. We have Mike K7LAN, Dennis, of course, in Spring, Texas, N5DWR. We have Joe, AC2AE, N7MKY, David. We have KK7AYJ, Annette. How about Rob, KE0MIZ, and Toby, 2E0TJE. I think the only one not on camera so far who's checked in thus far is Ross. Maybe he'll come on. Who knows? We'll see. But Toby just sneaked back up there. I like Toby's reactions. Toby, you gotta keep your camera on for us. We love it. We love it. All right. Perfect. Okay. And by the way, guys, another fun fact: we're streaming our net not only all over the Fusion Network, Wires X, DMR, and all these other networks, but we're also streaming it on YouTube. And David N7MKY can tell you how you access the net via YouTube.
And 7MKY, the live stream's happening on the YouTube channel of David Hunter and 7MKY. If you go to YouTube and do a search, you will see the live stream happening right now. Happens every Thursday when the net starts. We'll be posting it to the FusionNet.org's Facebook page here shortly, as well as, well, you know, I'm not going to say that because it's my traffic. I got a secret. N7MKY, back to KD2LRX.
Ah, ancient Chinese secret, huh?
We're actually about 2 minutes or less away from the start of this net, and I've been having so much fun, I didn't even pull up my script. There we go. Okay. I'm having a blast tonight. So we have this right now. Joe's face disappeared, but you kind of see his body. It's kind of creepy. And now you just see his hand. And now you see his hand coming at me! All right. Well, we have Ronald here, too, K89OH2, who thinks I'm nuts, but I'm glad that he's here with us. Welcome aboard, sir. I got you in there, and I got your temperature. By the way, we are net logging, so if you guys want to follow us on NetLogger, you can track us down by just searching for the FusionNet. Okay. So, guys, I'm going to pause things right now, clear the airwaves, as we start the official beginning of a St. Patty's Day FusionNet. Okay, everybody. Good evening. This is the early bird portion of the St. Patty's. Actually, no, it's not. Okay, never mind. You didn't hear me say that. Good evening. This is the FusionNet on a special St. Patty's Day. I am KD2LRX, your net control operator for this evening, and this net meets every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, unless otherwise noted. And of course, you don't need to be a member to check in, but why not consider joining? So how do you check into this net? Very simple. Or actually, how do you join this net? Very simple. If you check in 10 times consecutively in a row, at the time of your 10th check-in, please tell us if your email address is up to date on your QRZ page. If not, please let us know that by sending us an email to fusion@thefusionnet.org. With membership, you will have access to exclusive content on our website, which is thefusionnet.org. It's really that simple, guys. Membership to our network is totally free. It's all based on how many times you check in, okay? Because you kind of become family. That's what happens. So that's why we ask you to check in 10 times in a row before you get those permissions. This net is a direct net, and all traffic must go through the control. I don't point something else because we have that control tonight. Sometimes it's that guy, well, he's even doing that, but I'm pointing at 7MKY and I'm pointing to Joe. All right. In order to check the net, please switch off your DNS automatic mode select and go on over to DN mode, aka digital narrow. Use your press the talk button, pause for a moment, and then transmit your call sign, your name, your location, temperature, and whether or not you have traffic. Easy enough. With that said, we are now calling any mobile short on timer in and out stations only would like to check into Fusion. So only mobile short on time for in and out stations at this point. Please call net control now, KD2 LRX. All right, with nothing heard, We will now do a call for any and all stations who would like to check into the FusionNet. Any and all stations, please check in for our special St. Patty's Day FusionNet.
This is Kilo Delta 2, your uniform. Howie in Coney Island, it's 55 degrees, and I'll have the weather.
All right, very good. The net would like to acknowledge on St. Patrick's Day, KD2 MSU, our resident meteorologist, Howie in Coney Island, Brooklyn, where it's 55 degrees, and he's got our weather traffic coming up. Any other stations wishing to check in who wants to be number 11, please call Net Control now.
Kilo Echo Zero, Mike India Zulu. Rob from Wellington, Colorado. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody, anyway. So, and I will have traffic when you come around to me there.
All right, Rob, welcome to FusionNet tonight in beautiful Wellington, Colorado. Rob, what is your local temperature tonight? And I have you marked down as having traffic.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry about that. I should have said it. We've got 34 degrees Fahrenheit out here as the sun sets.
All right, 34 degrees in Wellington, Colorado. And he's got traffic, so stay tuned for that. Okay. Who wants to check in next? Who wants to be number 11? Please call Net Control now.
This is Kilo Oscar 4, Lima India Hotel. Matt from Kennesaw, Georgia, where the temperature is 63 degrees, and I do not have traffic for the net.
All right, KO4LIH. Matt in Kennesaw, Georgia, 63 degrees. That's beautiful weather to me. And no traffic. Great to have you on board tonight in the 12th spot. Any other check-ins, please call Net Control now.
This is Kilo Delta 5, Bravo India Golf, Natchez, Mississippi. Current temperature is 69 degrees Fahrenheit, no traffic for the net.
The big man on the air, KD5EIG. Denon in Natchez, Missouri. 69 degrees. Welcome aboard, sir. All right. Who wants to be number 14? Call Net Control now.
Golf 6, Victor Foxtrot, UK. Name is Steve, standing.
If that nice station from the United Kingdom would like to go again one more time with your call sign, I'd appreciate that. Toby's all happy because he's got a UK friend joining us tonight. If you want to just give us your call sign again and your local temperature in Fahrenheit, please, I'd appreciate it.
Hi there, yeah, the call sign is Golf 6, Victor Foxtrot, G63FF. The name is Steve, and the QTH is Isle of Wight, Cowes, UK, and the temperature is 55 Fahrenheit. Over.
All right, acknowledged. We got you in there. 55 degrees Fahrenheit in Cockleton Lane, UK, I think you said. Stephen, welcome aboard, sir. Great to have you here. All right. Who wants to be number 15? Please call Net Control now.
KG6OKI, name is Mark. I'm in California. Temperature right now is 77.
All right. I have KG6OKI from Trinidad, California. Welcome aboard, sir. 77 degrees. Who wants to be number 16? Please call that. Calling number 16 once, calling number 16 twice. Who wants to be number 16? KD2 LRX. All right, with nothing heard, why don't we start some traffic? And wait a minute. Okay. Well, we'll start some traffic. N7MKY in Boise, Idaho. I know you've got something for us, so take it away.
N7MKY, thank you very much, Jason. Yeah, so traffic. Well, I've been hammering at a repeater here for the last 2 weeks to find out why it was having audio.
Comment?
Yes. All right, take it away.
Dave, were you drunk parking again?
Hey, C2AE and 7MKY. No, not at all. The sign was actually quite prominently posted, too. It was way up in the air. It said, fine for parking. So I parked there. Don't know why I got a ticket. Back to net control.
You got to put your FusionNet credentials in the window.
You know, I will tell you this. Speaking about fines for parking, the other day, I come home from my trip from Florida, and I open up the mail, and what do I have in my mailbox? I have a list, pretty much it looked like an invoice of parking tickets. Okay, $400 worth of parking tickets. So I go over to the village to pay them. I think on Tuesday, and the lady just looks at me with like a blind stare. She's like, "Really?" I'm like, "I didn't even know I had these." Oh man, not fun. Not fun, guys. Not the way you want to spend money. That is for sure. That is for sure. Not good times. All right, thank you, David. Appreciate it. Let's go on over to Annette, who's got traffic. KK7AYJ.
KK7AYJ to net control. So this evening, I'm not going to use anybody's call sign because I don't want to offend anybody if they are, in fact, Irish and St. Patty. So I have 2 jokes for you. Let me drop and I'll start over. So Finnegan, drunk as usual, walked into a church confessional. The priest waits and waits for Finnegan to say something. Finally, the priest pounds on the wall of the confessional box. Ain't no use in knocking, Finnegan yells back. There's no paper on this side either.
Oh!
And the second one night, Mrs. McMillan answers the door to see her husband's best friend, Patty, standing on the doorstep. Hello, Patty. But where's my husband? He went with you to the beer factory. Patty shook his head. Ah, Mrs. McMillan, there was a terrible accident at the beer factory. Your husband fell into the vat of Guinness stout and drowned. Mrs. McMillan started crying. Oh, don't tell me that he at least didn't go quickly. He at least did go quickly. Patty shaking his head. Not really. He got out 3 times just to pee.
As Toby drinks that Guinness beer. Very nice, Annette. Very, very nice. I love them both. But I gotta say, I was partial to that confessional joke. I thought that was very funny. I thought that was great. And I'm still getting over David's joke about the parking tickets. That was pretty funny stuff, too. All right, N7MKY, KK7KYJ. All right, let's go on over to Joe now, AC2AE. I know he's got some traffic for us.
Turn over my time up. Absolutely do have some traffic for you. Well, even though this is known as an Irish holiday, St. Patrick was Italian, like me, and he was once a slave owner, and he turned over a new leaf and realized what he was doing wrong once he found the Lord. And then he went to Ireland and became a citizen of Ireland and drove out the snakes. And for those who did not know, the snakes are a metaphor for the pagans. So he drove out the pagans to make room for the new religion, which was Christianity. All right, a little history for you guys. A little fun fact history. Anyway, let's see. Traffic. Guys, go visit FusionNet.org, FusionNet.org. I just got a membership, what you call it, plugin. So, guys, we will be locking it up very shortly. Those who have 10 check-ins, we've been counting them. I'm counting them from early January on. So if you guys, let's see, 4, 8, you guys can have 10 check-ins already. So if you guys do have 10 check-ins, you guys will get put on the list, providing that your email address for your QRZ is correct. So if you guys do get an email from the FusionNet guy that you want to become members, that means that we've accepted you as members. There is no charge. It's absolutely free. And we're going to have everything that's available now. Most of it's going to become exclusive content. And you'll be able to have that with your membership. Without the membership, it'll be just the basics to the page. And we look forward to having you guys as part of the group, man. As far as the repeated guys, I have not heard anything back yet. So I'm just waiting on John Crook to get back to me about whether or not we're eligible for that repeated. I know it was to the middle of March sometime, so I'm wondering why they haven't gotten back to me yet. So I sent that a couple of weeks ago. So we're still waiting on that. Let's see, I got about 40 seconds left, and I got some sand left over here. A handy timer. Let's see. What else? Let me let this drop. Well, you know what? I should let this really go out a little bit first, because then I'll get confused. But yes, we also have T-shirts. T-shirts will be available very shortly. It's just a matter of me making them. I will be making them to order. So whoever orders them, I will be making them in a few different kinds. You guys, I don't have a link on it on the FusionNet.org just yet. Let me let this drop. Alright, I guess I'm going to have to just turn it over now. Alright, so we will be doing search to order, and just let me know your sizes if you're interested. I will be putting a link to them on the FusionNet shortly, as soon as I get the membership roll and stuff. So you guys can order your FusionNet shirts. We actually have, I believe, five or six. I think it's six, including the old shirts, the old shirt, I should say, the classic T-shirt. I'm actually checking that for you guys right now. And there's some interesting designs. We're going to have the KT2LRX design. We're going to have the N7MKY design. We're going to have the KG0BK design. And last but not least, we'll have the AC2AE design. So you get to pick and choose your designs, or you can just pick up one of each. They're all pretty cool, and they're all in nice quality, gilded, soft style t-shirts. You can get them in t-shirts, long sleeve, or you can get them actually in sweatshirts. So you have your pick. And stand by because we are going to be getting some tote bags soon. And I think we're going to get some, what was it? I forgot the name of those go bags. Those little go bags. So we've got a lot of good things coming, a lot of good merchandise. Now, all the profits of that will go to the FusionNet for the repeater, for the electricity, for the internet, for the duplexes that we're getting for the repeater, the antenna, the coax cable, and all that good stuff. So all the proceeds will go to that. They do not go to me, they do not go to Jay, they do not go to Russ, and they do not go to Dave. They will all be going to the FusionNet, and hopefully, who knows, we may even eventually get what is it, that other link that Jay likes, I can't think of the name of it. So we have a few different rooms. We got the XLX369. How's that battery doing? Do they have plug that somehow? Oh no. All right, I gotta check that out. All right, let me let this drop, guys. All right, don't want to steal anybody else's thunder, but we are live streaming tonight. This is the St. Patty's Day. This is the St. Patty's Day live Zoom. So we're live streaming on Zoom. There's a live stream on YouTube. Just go to the King's Camp. Oh man, I missed it all over there. Just go to the FusionNet.org to get all your local information. All right, Jay, I'm going to push it all back over to you. I'm going to see why my camera is dying over here.
All right. AC2AE. Joe in Gravesend, Brooklyn, New York. Thank you very much. Some wonderful, wonderful traffic. And guys, let me tell you something. If you thought those FusionNet shirts were great when we had the other provider making them, let me tell you something. That guy right there whose picture says FusionNet, he's like the king at making shirts. This guy is incredible. You know what? If any of you guys ever like spoke to Joe on the phone or maybe even on the radio, and you wanted to, he could go on for hours telling you about how he makes all this stuff, and it'll blow your mind away. I mean, it's incredible. So thank you, Joe, for all that traffic. And again, the other thing that I do want to mention about the FusionNet.org, in addition to all the great info Joe shared, is we are, in case you didn't know, streaming live on Zoom meeting this net right now. So you can actually put a face to the name and the voice. And if you go to the FusionNet.org, you go to this menu section and you scroll down to St. Patty's Day FusionNet, and Joe did a wonderful job providing all the information on how to link in. And he even got some really funny and really cool gifts, I guess, on there as well. Even the Lucky Charms guy's there, because the Lucky Charm guy loves the FusionNet. So definitely check that out. All right, thanks, Joe. Let's go on over to our next item of traffic, and that is KD0MIZ. Robert in Wellington, Colorado. Actually, wait a minute. Am I right? No, I'm sorry. Before we go over to Wellington, let's go over to Coney Island, where Howie's standing by to give us our weather forecast. Howie, I'm so sorry about that.
Okay, no problem. Good evening, all. Sorry I can't join you on the webcam because I got a new webcam, the Elgato. I haven't checked it out yet fully. So let me do the weather. Today it's been a misty day in the 50s. Right now it looks like London fog and a little mist. And 55 degrees here in Coney Island. And New York's expecting a 70-degree day tomorrow. Normal high is the low 50s. We'll be in the low 70s. Okay, and rain again on Saturday. A better day on Sunday. And the last week of the month may contain a few colder days. Not cold, but colder, near normal. And over the next 2 weeks, basically, if there's the snowiest area will probably be the the Dakotas, into Minnesota, and into Michigan. So that part of the country, as we close out the winter season, sooner in the south than in the north. So just the Dakotas, Minnesota, and Michigan should experience a lot of snow maybe over the next 2 weeks. If you're in the middle of the country, say a few hundred miles either side of the Mississippi River, you probably have below normal temperatures during the next 10, 15 days. So, and on the East Coast, we'll just be on the edge of there. So probably be near normal, and then start warming up above normal again. It should be getting above normal again in April. So hope everyone's feeling well, and this is Kilo Delta 2, Mike Sierra Uniform, back to net control.
All right, fantastic. Howie, question for you. I know you were saying that it might be a little bit colder in certain parts of the country, but last Saturday, last Sunday, we experienced some pretty cold weather in New York. Would you say that is pretty much the end of it for the New York area, like for like those really cold winter-like temperatures?
Well, probably is. Models have been jumping back and forth. They're having trouble with various features of the ocean temperatures, and placement of the polar vortex, and things like that. But basically, it's I wouldn't say you might get into the 30s. That about do it. By the way, I can mention April 6th is the 40th anniversary of a major blizzard here in the Northeast. New York City had 10 inches of snow. Temperature remained below 32 for an entire day. That's probably the only second time in history that the temperature stayed below 32 on an April day in New York. That's 40th anniversary on April 6th. So it does happen. Not going to happen this year, I don't think. You might see some wet snow on the 24th and on April 1st itself. That's just wet snow. Maybe the timing is right. So it's Kilo Delta 2, Mike Sierra Uniform, back to net control.
And for those who don't know what Joe called that day when it was that blizzard on April 4th, he referred to it as a good day. I refer to it as a terrible day. All right, thank you, Howie, very much. Appreciate all that info from us, for us. For those who are new to FusionNet, Howie is, I promise you, the most accurate meteorologist you've ever heard from in your life. You know, not to knock those guys in the meteorology profession on television and on the radio, but they don't know jack, as we all kind of know. Howie does. Howie's like, in my opinion, like 99.99% right. And I think you could probably confirm that yourself by just attending FusionNet every week, and you'll kind of see for yourself. All right, Howie, KD2MSU from KD2LRX. We'll go on over to Wellington, Colorado. I know that's where Robert's standing by, and he's got some traffic for us. Robert, take it away. KD0MIZ from KD2LRX.
Oh, right on. Hello again. This is KE0MIZ. And I got my audio come back through my speakers here on my laptop. I'll figure that out. Anyway, Joe, I know the secret. I know the secret, Joe. Calgon. Huh. So anyways, I'd like to tell everybody about our Denver Sky Hub. There's multiple ways to get into the Sky Hub link system. You can find out all of them. I'm going to list them, but you can go to skyhublink.com/connections. You can use All-Star, DMR, WiresX, YSF, P25, EchoLink, IRLP, D-Star, a new one called Ham Shack Hotline where you use your phone, M17, and let me see where we are. We got it. All right. And then we're going to talk about our nets on the skyhublink.com/net. Mondays at 7, you've got the Skyhub Link system-wide net with KE0VH. On Tuesdays at 5 p.m., the Absolute Tech Net with N4 UPC Scott. And Wednesdays at 7, the Digital Learning Net with Bucky, W0SUN, and Doug, KE0DC. Thursdays, it varies throughout the month, different times, different nets. And we have the Weather Net with NC2WX Jerry on Mondays through Saturdays at 1 o'clock. And that is my spiel, and I'll throw it back to you, KE0MIZ, and I'll be back quiet.
All right. I love that. I love that you told us all about these wonderful nets. I think that's great, great news. Really, really appreciate that, Robert, for all that information that you provided. Definitely check it out and show support for all those nets, okay? Because we gotta support each other as ham radio operators. There's no question about it. So really thank you. And by the way, if any of you guys have any other nets you want to promote, you are always, always more than welcome to do so. We love hearing about them. We love cross-promoting. That's what it's about. It's about, you know, the brotherhood of the hams, as we like to say here at FusionNet. I see two people just joined us on the net. We have my good buddy Bob, and we have Wes, AG7WQ. So AG7WQ, my friend Wes, I would like to find out in Arizona. I think you're in Coolidge, Arizona. What your local temperature is, and if you have any traffic for tonight.
Greetings. This is Wes, AG7WQ, where the local temperature is 75 degrees Fahrenheit. And I have no traffic. I am pretty much just standing by. So with that, I'll say back to net control. Thanks for including me. AG7WQ.
All right, Wes, we are happy that you're joining us tonight, and you're in the 15th spot. Now for my good buddy, the musician, the piano man himself, the guy who plays flute. I think maybe, I don't know what other instruments the guy plays, but he's kind of like, think of him almost as like the Anchorman when he plays the flute, Liberace when he plays piano, when he plays the guitar like Eric Clapton, I'm not really sure. We'll take it over to Bob. Bob, what's going on, buddy? What's your local temperature, and do you have traffic for us tonight? Mr. Curtis, I don't hear you, but I see you talking. I don't hear you, but I see you talking. I see you have a bunch to say. Maybe Joe's good at reading lips, because maybe Joe can pick up what he's saying.
Do you hear me now? I'm assuming you do. All right. First of all, I don't really play the piano. Like a lot of non-piano musicians, we pick out things on the piano. It's like that. I wish I could play the piano. I play the sax, clarinet, flute. Anyway, I don't know the temperature right now. I have to pull up the website. I'll get back to you on that. And no traffic at the moment. And happy St. Patty's Day, everybody.
So he doesn't play the piano, but I think I know what he means. He kind of like tinkers around like a little bit with it. Like he probably does like one of these things. Like you guys can't see me, but almost like, you know what it's like? It's almost like in Ghostbusters 1 when Peter Venkman goes over to Dana Barrett's house and he says they hate this. You guys know what I'm talking about. I know Joe knows what I'm talking about right there. Right, Joe?
Yes, he's trying to come on, and he hits the two piano keys and goes ding, 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 and he goes, "Ghost hate that."
Yes, that is true. I see Bob. Bob, you want to say something, right? I see your hand by the PPT.
Yes. Tell me if you hear me now. If I'm not hearing you through the radio, I gotta hear you back through the computer. Okay, I got it. I got it. All right. You didn't hear my last entry, I guess. It's weird, man. You hear me on the radio, but I can't hear you on the radio. I gotta turn the computer sound on to hear you, and I have to turn it off when I talk so it doesn't get nutty. So I missed a lot of what you said before.
It's probably like that old thing. Like you remember you call into a radio station for like the car or the trip to the Bahamas. You have to like turn down your radio set, and you have to like talk in the phone. Um, I'm guessing that's probably what's happening to you right there. I don't know. I think that's probably maybe what it is. But you bring up a good point. And Joe was asking this in our little net control operator chat earlier, if you could hear the audio coming over Zoom meeting, and the answer is yes, you in fact can. I was listening for that myself, so you can listen through Zoom meeting, and if you wanted to, and you could use your push to talk as well. That's up to you. But my suggestion would be, if you're talking over the radio, mute your Zoom meeting. That's what I would say.
All right, gotcha. Actually, this is what's going on. I muted the Zoom meeting, but now I can hear you on the radio. But before, I watched you talking. I could not hear you on the radio, so I had to turn the computer back on. But for some reason, you weren't hearing me on the computer or something on my end. So I had to be doing a couple things. But now it seems to be working. Don't know why it didn't before. So I'm just talking on the radio now. I got the computer muted.
All right, cool. Whatever works for you, and it seems like it's working well for you now too. Well, Bob, I don't know if you know this, but if you look to somewhere on your screen instead of right of you on mine, but it might not be. KK78YJ is getting mauled by a bunch of dogs right now. Either she has pastrami in her pockets, or they really love her, or they're trying to bully her or muscle her for her radio. I'm not really sure what's going on there.
Oh, yeah, they're getting their licks in for sure.
So you guys know that there used to be there was a Seinfeld episode when Elaine is getting chased by dogs, and she has mud in her pockets that Jerry put in napkins that were in her coat. This is what that reminds me of right now. All right, I see we have a new check-in. I think right is KO4LI. No, we have KO4LI. She's in there from Kennesaw. Okay, he just joined us on the Zoom meeting now, which is phenomenal. All right. Any other stations wishing to check in at this point, please call Net Control now.
Net Control. Net Control, this is Kilo Golf Zero Bravo Kilo. I think we're temporarily up and running now. Good evening, everyone. This is Kilo Bravo 6, Delta Hotel Romeo, Mike, Kelso, Washington.
All right. Hold on, guys. We'll stand by for 1 second. I heard our good friend in Manchester, the one and only Russ, our fellow Net Control operator here, KG0BK. We're glad that he's up and running. Hey, Russ, what's your local temperature in beautiful Manchester, Iowa?
Well, after switching over to backup, I don't know what they're doing upstairs. Adam's going nuts. We got brownouts. I don't know what's going on. But last I knew, in fact, it showed up again. We're at 48 degrees. 48 degrees.
All right, 48 degrees. And do you have any traffic for us tonight, Russ? I always like to ask you.
Oh, I do have traffic for the net tonight. Glad we're working. We'll make it quick. Oh, traffic, except I forgot to turn over my timer. I'll just have to remember before it runs out to look up at the screen. A neat thing. I was kind of getting out of the balloon thing temporarily, and then they called and had an idea and had some ideas, sent them some stuff, and so we set up a balloon. It's made it one way. It's made it one time around the globe so far, and we're working on our second time. In fact, last we could track it on APRS was over Thailand, about 200 miles north of Laos. Now, Laos, that's North Korea. We can't transmit over that. So hopefully the balloon knows, and we got enough programming in there, it knows don't transmit if you get that far south. But it looks like it's going to head up north again a little bit. So I guess right now we made it 1.5 times around the world, and doing pretty good for 137 hours we've been up. And it's just kind of exciting. We should start getting some information back here in another hour and a half, because of course batteries are dead, because they can only charge when there's the sun, and they're not in the sun yet. So we'll see where it is, but that's where it was a while back, and yeah, pretty exciting. We're hoping for 2 anyway. Keep our fingers crossed. The other day, Adam was down, and we were working on rebuilding the station down here. Well, adding. You always had.
and all my DX engineering stuff come in, and so we're kind of working on that. And in the meantime, I've got my FTM 100 scanning on just about everything: railroad, space, repeaters. Anyway, this guy comes on. I glanced up real quick, and it said ISS repeater. And I go, Adam, holy crap, that's a. So I hollered at him, and yeah, this guy from.
Did Rush just time out? Am I knowing this correctly? Did he just time out?
And here's my other question to you, Joe. Does he have one of these yet? Because if he doesn't, he needs one. If he doesn't have one of these yet, he will be sent one shortly. David? Russ, the biggest question right now is, do you have one of these handy dandy salt shakers? If not, N7MKY is going to be checking out your QRZ and sending you one. That's why I was holding for David. Yes, I do. And as soon as I started transmitting, I turned it upside down. But I was looking at my notes, and then I've got some run auxiliary power, and I had some red lights come on and checking to see if it's anything serious. Yeah, I did. I really did. Didn't mean to, and yeah, it won't ever happen again. Right. Okay. I don't know where I was at. Did I get through the balloon okay? North Laos and all that. You did actually. You did. It was awesome. Actually, one comment that I had about the balloon, and by the way, Joe is live streaming the balloon right now on our Zoom call right now, and it looks like it's over. Unless it's still processing, it looks like it's over an ocean, maybe. Hard to tell right now. It might be processing the geography. I'm not really sure. But if it's flying over North Korea, you don't want to tick off our good friend Kim Jong Un. You definitely don't want to do that. By the way, a fun fact about Kim Jong Un. I don't know if you guys know. I don't know why I'm intrigued by him, but I happen to know a lot about him, and I happen to know about a lot about North Korea. And something that I will tell you about Kim Jong Un is that Kim Jong Un has tried to convince his people that he is the inventor of both the hamburger and the burrito. We all know that's not true, but he wants everybody in North Korea to believe that. Just a little fun fact. And as far as your balloon, it is looking like it's heading towards the United Kingdom. At least one of them is. Okay. I got to get back till we started having all these problems, and then there's places over there that are no, we can't receive because there's nobody there to receive and then transmit the signals back or whatever. So we kind of lose the balloon, and of course when the batteries go dead because no sun to charge it back up, we lose it again too. So that was to be expected. So apparently you're a little bit more update than I am, but this is its second time around. And okay, now I gotta remember I can only fill that up 2/3 full. And yes, I do have a little timer. I just with all the notes and such I had and lights going off, sorry. So I guess I get the bad nasty award. There you go, the do bad nasty award. The other thing was Adam and I were down here designing the station, or redesigning, or adding on to it,
And anyway, we hear this the signal come through, and I glanced up at the display, and it said ISS repeater. And I go, they got the repeater on. So I hollered back at the guy right away. With his call sign, my call sign, my grid square. He come back to me with his grid square, and then I lost him. But narrowing it down with the time to go up to the repeater and time to come back to the repeater and where he was, we just did about a 900-mile trip. And I looked at, I was only at 25 watts. I thought it was at 50 watts, but I was only at 25 watts. So got to make a repeater contact with the ISS. And the last thing I've got, let me look at, I got a minute. Okay, the last thing I got was about a week ago, something like Sacramento Air Force scrambled some jets to go up to see what was going on. They had something in the air about 38,000 to 39,000 feet. They didn't know what it was. Yeah, it was a balloon. Fortunately, it wasn't ours. But yeah, it was a balloon. So they reported no problem. But we haven't had any jets scrambled after ours yet. That's, I guess, about it for me. KG0BK. Thanks for having me.
Well, I gotta say, that's actually pretty cool. If you have fighter jets scrambling your balloons, you know you're doing something right. That's awesome. That would be great. Um, very, very cool. And that's awesome about the ISS station. Very cool about all of your balloons. Thank you so much. You had some really awesome traffic tonight for us, Russ. Really, really appreciate that tonight on KG0BK from KD2LRX. All right, let's see if there are any other stations wishing to check in at this point. I think we cleared all traffic. Please call Net Control if you'd like to join FusionNet, which, by the way, folks, you can go over to the FusionNet.org, our wonderful website, which was hand designed by the amazing AC2AE, by the way. And you go to the menu, and you go on down to St. Patty's Day FusionNet. You will see the Shamrocks and Shenanigans for all, and it will tell you how to link onto our Zoom meeting. Look at that. Joe's kind of scrolling it down right now, showing you how it works. I think this is pretty cool what Joe's doing, actually. He's being interactive with us right now. Very, very nice, Joe. All right. Fantastic. All right. So, with that said, any other stations wishing to check in, please call that now.
Good evening, everyone. This is Kilo Bravo 6, Delta Hotel Romeo, Mike, Kelso, Washington.
South Carolina. Long time no see.
All right. Well, I was a little bit rude. I was a bad net control operator about 10 minutes ago because we had our good friend from Kelso, Washington check in, KB6DHR, and I didn't acknowledge him. I'm very, very sorry about that, Michael. Please forgive me. Michael, do you have any traffic for the net? And if so, and if not, what's your local temperature in Kelso?
No traffic for the net, and temperature as we speak is an even 50 degrees with 78% humidity. Had a little bit of sun today, not much, and then it started raining. And of course, I mean, we're in Washington and we're in our raising season. We always say, hey, you don't like the weather, wait 15 minutes.
Yes. Washington State is one of those states. And what is Joe streaming right now? A really, really hot girl playing the guitar. Probably Irish, maybe in Ireland, I'm not really sure. Wearing a nice green dress and playing a beautiful guitar. If this is one of those like loop videos, I could probably watch this all day. I gotta be honest with you. Yeah, I'll probably never get any work done. All right, but Joe's gonna send me that. All right. With that said, appreciate that. 50 degrees, no traffic, and yeah, Kelso probably very similar to like some certain places like in Florida, where like the weather changes like every 5 minutes. I know Washington State's kind of like that. Actually, I was talking to somebody from Washington State for work a couple of days ago, and I was telling her how much I miss Washington State because I've been to Seattle, really enjoyed it, had a great time there. And then I went over to Everett where Boeing is, and that's always fun too. I am a aviation buff, so going to Everett was neat. Next time, well, my two bucket list items next are going over to Airbus, which I believe is in France, and to go over to the Delta Airlines Museum in Atlanta, Georgia, outside of Hartsdale International. That would be really, really cool. I'm looking forward to that too. I will do at least one of those two, if not both. All right, fantastic. So we got our friend in Kelso, KD60HR. Then we have KI4BRO, a good friend of ours from Newberry, South Carolina. So happy he's with us. Bruce, do you have any traffic for us? And what's your local temperature?
Good evening, Jay. Haven't been able to get on for a long time because my amplifier died, and I just got another one. And so I was out this evening. We had a local club meeting, and afterwards I thought I'd give the new amp a try. So I'm glad I was able to get in to you. It's 62 degrees here in Newberry, South Carolina, and it's clear skies, and we've got a beautiful silver full moon tonight. This is KI4, Vintage Radio Operator. Back to you, Jay.
All right, I missed that, the Vintage Radio Operator. I'm so happy he's back, everybody. You have no idea how excited I am that Bruce is back with us. Newberry, South Carolina. This guy's one of our OGs, if you will, of FusionNet, so I'm happy Bruce is back. Okay. Any other stations wish to check in? Please call that now. All right, with nothing heard, guys. By the way, if you subscribe to Japanese CQ magazine, I'm not sure how many of you guys do, but Joe and I are featured on it. I'm talking about FusionNet. I guess what Joe's basically saying in Japanese there, and that little writing underneath his name is, check out FusionNet. It's awesome. And I am saying for a good time, check out FusionNet, and I'm making Bro a lot laugh. So that's pretty much what's happening in those two pictures. No, I'm not tickling Bro a lot. I'm not making her laugh because I'm making her giggle. In case you're wondering. And no, Brolot is not my girlfriend, everyone. Brolot is a fellow member of FusionNet. Joe asked me. Joe knows that Brolot's not my girlfriend. And Joe still asks me if she's my girlfriend. You believe that, guys? All right, but going over to CQ magazine in Japan, and you'll be able to check us both out. The Japanese ham operators are probably like, who are these dumb Americans? All right. Anyway, guys, it's time for our question of the evening.
Oh, no, I have to comment on that.
Go ahead, Joe.
Yes, Jay knows I've been teasing him a lot that that's his girlfriend. But we all know that that's not his girlfriend. It's his fiancée. He's getting married to Balat.
we're getting married on the radio too. How about that?
Let's say we'll have you get married on the FusionNet. We'll stream it live on Zoom, and we'll have it live on the air.
Be careful, I think the captain of an airplane can do that ceremony.
Very good, Ron.
Just saying, KG0BK.
By the way, guys, I don't know if you love these interactive meetings as much as I do. These meetings are the best when we do this stuff online. I don't know what Joe's doing right now, but oh, look at this, huh? Look at that. Look at that. You know, you guys have heard, by the way, and then we'll get to the question. You guys have heard about when people like are on a date and the whole thing about like the puppy love, you whisper sweet nothings in the person's ear. Well, the reason my girl left laughing was I was whispering sweet nothings into my Yaesu radio during field day. That's what I was doing, and it was making her giggle. All right, enough of this stuff. Okay. Tonight's question comes from yours truly, your net control operator, KD2LRX. And of course, it's St. Patty's Day themed. I mean, this is St. Patrick's Day, for heaven's sake. And the question is, with St. Patty's Day today, what is it about being a ham radio operator that makes you feel as lucky as a leprechaun? Also, we want to know your favorite St. Patty's Day food. So we're going to start with David and Annette. If they're still here, I don't even know where they are, but they might be getting mauled by their dogs. I'm not really sure, but we'll start with N7MKY. David, if you're still around, we want to know your answer to tonight's question.
Well, I'm not very lucky. So, as far as being a lucky ham, maybe just lucky at jokes. As far as my food, well, I sent you a picture of that. That's the sandwich version of corned beef and mustard. Yum. Love it.
All right, David. Thank you. David, I have to ask you, who made that meal? Did Annette make that? Because if not everybody has the privilege of seeing that picture, but that looked like the best St. Patty's Day meal I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I'm not joking. That looked awesome.
All homemade. Annette made it.
Well, I know that you have told Joe many times that you want him to ship over, New York deli. Next St. Patty's Day, I want you to ship over some St. Patty's Day stuff over to me on Long Island. I want to try that. That looks delicious.
We can make that happen. I got a year to prepare for it for sure.
Awesome. I'm holding you to it. That sounds delicious. It looks so good. All right. N7MKY, thank you very much, sir. All right. We're going over to Annette, KK70YJ. There she is. She's being hidden by her Irish dog. What is your Irish dog's name, by the way? And is he or her even Irish? And I also want to know, with St. Patty's Day today, what is it about being a ham radio operator that makes you feel as lucky as a leprechaun? And what's your favorite St. Patty's Day meal?
KK7, AYJ to Net Control. I feel lucky as a new ham operator that everybody's willing to share secrets and techniques and not get mad when I mess up on protocol, and my favorite St. Patty's meal. I think it's really the booze that goes with it.
Now that, my friend, is an answer for you right there. The booze that go with it. I'm going to show you all something. Well, all right. Bob's got his Guinness. I know that our buddy Toby does somewhere. Toby, I think, down like entire 6-pack of Guinness. Oh, there it is. I didn't have any beer on hand, I'm sorry to say. I had some scotch. That was like the best I could do. I did want a Guinness, I prefer a Guinness. But I'm glad everybody's being festive for St. Patrick's Day. People are dressed up for the holiday. People are feeling good. I gotta tell you, no, it's not every year that I really celebrate St. Patty's Day, but this year I kind of did, and I am so happy that I did. It's so awesome. Joe has this festive St. Patty's Day seltzer. It looks like, I'm not sure what color it is, but it's definitely, well, he normally drinks Vantage seltzer, but today it looks like it's Polar, if I'm not mistaken. Joe, is that Polar seltzer? Could you confirm that?
No, it is actually I forgot the name of it, man. It's a no-name brand from Stop and Shop, and it was 50 cents a bottle. So I grabbed myself 20 bottles of seltzer.
So to most people, 20 bottles of seltzer seems a lot, but Joe finishes that in about 2 days, in case you didn't know. The other thing too that's really awesome about Joe is anytime you go to his house and he asks you if you want something to drink, he doesn't just pour you a small little dingy glass of something. He gives you an entire bottle, which I think is awesome. And it's always cold. And the other thing that he does too is he's got these like little droplets of like lemon, and he puts like one drop in, and let me tell you something, it's the greatest thing in the world. It's like on a hot summer day, right, Joe?
Absolutely, yep. One drop is incredible. It's from Young Living. It's lemon essential oils, and it's you put one. That's all you need is one drop, and it changes the whole flavor of the entire bottle. And I actually have in the fridge now. I actually cut up tonight fresh organic lemons, about 4 of them. I put them in a nice big pot, boil the water, and I've got them chilling in the fridge right now. The best, healthiest drink you could ever have.
That's awesome. And the other thing that you guys may not know about Joe, I know a lot about Joe. And the other thing you may not know about Joe though is that he's all about the organic life. Okay? Every once in a while he might veer off it, but for the most part he's very about the organic life. So any of those droplets that he puts in, they are like they are like um authorized, or they're like certified organic. Like it's all good quality stuff all the time. So um yeah. If you guys are ever in Gravesend, Brooklyn, stop by Joe's apartment. He will hook you up. I promise you. Okay? So definitely check that out. Okay. Who's up next? K7LAN. We want to know from you, my friend, if you're still with us. Hold on. I just want to make sure. Yes. Michael and Boise. With St. Patty's Day today, what is it about being a ham radio operator that makes you feel as lucky as a leprechaun? And what's your favorite St. Patty's Day meal? From KD2LRX over to K7LAN.
All right, good evening, everybody. I have to say the lucky part would be just the fact that I'm able to have a hobby where I can mix my interest in computers and electronics with radio and talking on the radio, so that's great. St. Patrick's Day meal. Favorite's going to be corned beef and cabbage. My wife made a good one a couple nights ago. That is some really good Snake River Farms beef we have here in Boise. And then other than that, today I made two meals. One was green eggs and bacon, and the other one was green macaroni and cheese and fish sticks. Back to net control, case of LAN.
Well, something that you don't know about KD2LRX by K7LAN is that I love macaroni and cheese and I love fish sticks. Love them. So that sounds awesome. And the fact that they were green for St. Patty's Day, that makes them even better. The green eggs thing, you know what? I've heard about this. And of course, we all know the Dr. Seuss book, no question about it. But I've never had green eggs. Next St. Patty's Day, I'm having them. Hold on, you got to show us that again because your background didn't let me see that, Mike. Oh my God! See, now if you didn't know to the naked eye, that looks like a halfway decent meal. If you didn't know to the naked eye, because the green looks like vegetables, and I don't like vegetables. Vegetables gross. Okay, I'm sorry, but they are. But what you don't, but what you wouldn't, what you do know, since I told you, is that that's not actually vegetables. That's mac and cheese. So in my book, that's awesome. Ooh, is that? Let's see. Ooh, is that the green eggs? I love it. Look at that, and I am awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm loving this. I'm loving how everybody's into St. Patty's Day here tonight. That's great, Mike. And guys, for those who didn't know, the day after St. Patty's Day is not easy being green. All right. Thank you very much, Joe. All right, we'll go on over to who's next? N5DWR, Dennis. In Spring, Texas. Dennis, we want to know your answer to tonight's question. And by the way, K2CBD, I've never actually seen it in person. Look how cool this is. I love this. All right, Dennis, take it away, sir, from KD2, Weller.
Well, it's always great to be able to talk on the radio. So, we all share that. But St. Patrick's Day is one of the few holidays where nothing's really expected of you. You do it for yourself. You can have the green beer, corned beef and cabbage. You can just sit back, celebrate it. I'm with Jason. I'll drink scotch instead, but, beer, scotch, it's all the same alcohol when it gets processed. So that's me. I just enjoy these holidays when nothing is really expected. I don't have to give anybody anything. I can do something for myself. So that being said, it's back to you, Jason, and everybody. Happy St. Patrick's Day. And 5.
N5DWR. That was well said, and actually the way you said it makes me appreciate St. Patty's Day even more now. So I'm digging that. It's not one of these holidays where like Valentine's Day you have to like buy flowers, and for Christmas you have to buy a trillion gifts. This one is about eating, it's about drinking, it's about having fun with your friends, and not having to give your friends anything. You know what I'm saying? I like that. I'm with you, Dennis. Absolutely. All right, thank you so much. Let's go on over to Alpha Charlie 2, Alpha Echo. It's Joe in Gravesend, Brooklyn. Joseph, want to know your answer to tonight's question.
Let's see. Wait, hold on. You know what? I think I messed up here. Okay. Well, let's see. My favorite is corned beef and cabbage, but I did not have it today. I purposely did not have corned beef and cabbage. Last week I had a terrible bout of gout where I actually had to go to the doctor and go get a couple of shots and get a couple of needles in the foot, and I am not going back for that anytime soon, man. Ouch. That's all I can say. So I've been really taking it easy, watching my diet. So I made a nice, healthy, what I call welfare meal, which my grandmother used to make. I made beans and escarole tonight, and had some beans and escarole. I had some broccoli. It was green, and the escarole was green. But I'm gonna have to double up on my pills. I've got dinner this Sunday at the pastor's house, so I will be having corned beef and cabbage there. So gotta just do it in a little bit of moderation, and I'll be having my Irish dinner on Sunday this week. So just feel very honored and lucky to be going to the pastor's house. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to the Irish soda bread. So definitely corned beef and cabbage, man. I actually love corned beef. I love pastrami, and that reminds me, we've got to hit up the what's the name of the place? It just left my head. Jay shaking his head. Yeah, I know, I know. But we got to do a direct run home as soon as we eat it, because I'm gonna need the facilities right away. Man, Jay, help me out. What's the name of the place again? I can't. Why can't? I'm drawing a blank here. I feel like a mental case. AC280, back over in net control.
It is Cass's Deli, Cass's Delicatessen, down on that? What is that? Is that Second or Third Avenue? Am I right when I say that? Downtown New York City. Um, delicious, delicious, delicious. 100%. And I'm with you. So a few years ago, Joe and I went, and Joe and I were a few years younger, right? And we were okay until like afterwards go for donuts and stuff like that, and we made a really nice and probably one of the most fun nights I've ever had out. It was really, really good time. It was a rainy night, I remember that. These days we're a little bit older, and if my dinner tonight proved anything, and the fact that David had to fill in as net control operator for me at the beginning of the net, gonna have to rush home and use that John, if you know what I'm talking about. And look at this. Dennis and Joe are talking to each other with LEDs. 5GWR, November 5, Delta Whiskey Romeo. And Joe said Cass's Delicatessen. Awesome. I love that little thing that Dennis has got. I gotta get myself one of those. Dennis, where'd you get that?
Jason, I think I got that a couple of years back, probably off of Amazon. Just looking at it, I got all kinds of that stuff. It's got a little battery in it, you can recharge it. You can wear it with a clip on, or several different ways you can use it. That's it. And 5GWR.
N5GW, that's cool. You know I'm going to be hitting Amazon after this and getting myself one of those. That's awesome. And Joe's call sign's coming up backwards, but we know it's EC2AE. Or upside down, one of the two. I'm not really sure. No, Joe, flip it. No, the other way. The other way. Flip it. Like, reverse it. I don't know. I guess it's just the effect from the camera. But AC2AE, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Look at this. Look at this. All right. Guys, thank you so much. Toby, it's kind of getting late in Southampton, UK. If I'm not mistaken, 11:12, 1, 2, it's about 3:13 in the morning. If I got my math right. Maybe it's even 4:14. I'm not really sure. And Toby, we want to know from you, and we know that it's not even St. Patrick's Day anymore. It's March 18th, Friday the 18th. Lucky you. And Joe, thank you so much for sending me that video, by the way. I really appreciate the guitar player. That kind of made my St. Patrick's Day right there. We want to know from you, with St. Patty's Day today, what is it about being a ham radio operator that makes you feel as lucky as a leprechaun? And what's your favorite St. Patty's Day meal, my friend?
Doing all right, very dirty. Oh well, I haven't really thought about that, but no, I mean I do enjoy down in the old black stuff big time. You know, there's 4 dogs to 1 pint. No matter whether that's US pint or whether that's UK pint. There's 4 dogs to 1 pot. 4 dogs to 1 or 4, should I say 4 mouthfuls. 4 mouthfuls. Come on, kids back in here. Anyway, still, meal. What kind of meal? I'm not sure what kind of food there is associated with St. Patty's Day. But anyway, it's been an absolute scream being on here with all of you this evening. Chaps, I'm going to have to go because I'm due up in the next 4-5 hours. So yeah, I'm getting up about 20 to 8 half time over here. So I'm going to do a bit of the old green fingers gardening, of course. So a bit of a workout down the old allotment as well. So yeah, I'm going to wish all of you a good 7th days there and very nice St. Patty's Day. And brilliant stuff. Excellent stuff. And I'll catch all of you hopefully next week as well. Either on here or on up there. There it is. Beautiful stuff. Anyway, catch all of you soon, alright? Take good care of yourselves and look after yourselves, and I'll catch all of you next week. 2E0 TV back to net control.
All right, Mr. Toby. Thank you so much. And you're absolutely right with what you said about the pints. No matter if you're in the U.S. or the U.K., the gulps are the same. You are 100% correct, my friend. We'll have a wonderful night. 2E0TGE. Got an awesome shirt. Awesome shirt. I'm digging it. 100%. Love it. And Toby, thank you so much, my friend. 7-3 to you tonight, or this morning in your case. And we'll catch you down the log from KD2 LRX. We're going to go on over to Manchester. And what's Joe doing? Toby's smashed Toby. That's awesome. All right. Thank you, Joe. We're going to go over to Manchester, Iowa, where KD2 will be standing by. This is too much fun tonight. And we want to know, with St. Patty's Day, what is it about being a ham radio operator that makes you feel as lucky as a leprechaun? And what's your favorite St. Patty's Day meal, Mr. Russ? Well, give me the beer. Give me the beer. Yeah. That was off a Whose Line Is It Anyway thing, I think. And they would do that every now and then. And then add their own stuff after that. But, wow, I'm missing out on so much tonight. And I've got, it says I got 25% power left here. I've run some lights and a little heater here in the basement. And I'm nice and comfortable. How they are upstairs, I don't know. I guess he's a ham radio operator with higher class license than me. Adam can figure it out himself, I guess. Anyway, years ago, what made me feel lucky about ham radio, or not ham radio, yeah,
St. Patrick's Day was I would never wear any green. And I don't know if it's like that across the United States or just certain areas. But if you didn't wear green, then the gals could come up and give you a pinch. So I never wore green. And my thing was, if you pinch me, you gotta dance with me. So we had a lot of fun with that. I remember one St. Patrick's Day, the day before, and I was gonna go home from the Eagles Club, and I was president at the time, and they had some checks for me to sign and some other things to do with it, and I stayed longer than I wanted to. So I went home that night and I thought, well, in the morning I'm gonna want some eggs, but I don't want to have to cook them. I'm gonna boil some eggs. So that's what I did. Just boiled eggs, because I like boiled eggs anyway. That'll be a good breakfast. I can just leave them out, and they'll still be room temperature, or I can put some of them in the cold water. So anyway, I cracked one of those open, and guess what I had? If you boil an egg too much, the yolk turns green. Tastes okay. But so I had green eggs in the morning, and of course we had our meal that evening for the regular St. Patty's Day. And let me let this drop just for a second. I didn't get my timer turned over quick enough here. And yes, I do have a timer, but you gotta watch it. So where are we at? Oh, so I got the club that night, and I didn't want green egg or corned beef and cabbage. I mean, corned beef, a lot of time in the kitchen, but icky. No, well, they talked me into it, so they give you the big bowls, like for $5, you got the big bowl, quart. I don't know. Now I would probably have pints probably. So I started a little bit, a little bit more. Before I know it was gone, so I went and ordered another one, and found out I liked the corned beef and cabbage. I don't know what happened there, but so that's about it, I guess. So what makes me feel lucky now on St. Patrick's Day is I don't leave the house, and I don't have to wear green, and I don't have to get bitched. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to that one. KG0BK.
All right. I love that. And you are absolutely right. If you boil eggs a little too long, what you get green eggs. Green eggs, perfectly St. Patty's Day. You don't even need to die to do it. How about that? Very, very cool. I love that. And I love how this St. Patty's Day, you were able to just kind of chill out and relax. I'm digging it 100%. Very, very, very cool stuff. Love that. You had to look at the Irish again today. Because you got to just kind of relax. All right, fantastic. All right. So thank you, Russ. Really appreciate that. KG0BK. Now let's go on over to WB7 or WS. Michael, if you're with us, Michael, and we want to know from you, of course, tonight's question is, what is it about being a ham radio operator that makes you feel as lucky as a leprechaun from KG2 Colorado? All right, you must be out. WB7 or WS. So we'll go on over to 89 OHQ for his answer to tonight's question from KG2 Colorado.
Well, being lucky a leprechaun is looking for his pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and I guess for me it's always looking for the next contact who I've not had before. We also have a Irish Fest club in our nearby community, and we help out at their parade, so that's always fun to provide communications as a public service. And as far as my favorite food goes, it's corned beef and boiled dinner, so I had that today and got my Irish on that way. So KD90HQ, back to that.
Very, very good answer. And I'm loving that everybody's making sure that they're having their St. Patty's Day meals. That is definitely very, very good stuff. All right. Fantastic. From KD2, LRX. I know I'm in the wrong direction there. All right. We're going to now go on over to who's next on our list? We're going to go over to KD2MSU for his answer to tonight's question. Howie, what do you think? KD2MSU, are you still with us, sir? All right, well, he must have stepped away. If Howie, you come back, of course, you're more than welcome to get back to us with your answer to tonight's question. We'll go on over to KE0MIZ in the meantime. Robert in Wellington for his answer. KE0MIZ, are you with us?
E0MIZ, trying one more time.
KD2MSU, you're transmitting on the output of the repeater. Nobody's hearing you. All right, Jay, give him 1 second. He's just got to switch back over. He got something confused. He was transmitting on the output. I'm so close to him that I was hearing him. So, but you guys weren't hearing him because he wasn't going through the repeater. So we'll just kill a little time, get him back in there. Dude, I really like Dennis's background right now. He's got the Aurora Borealis.
The tower, 20 Eiffel Tower, Brooklyn's Eiffel Tower, is all in green. All the LED lights are rotating around in green. It's a little bit foggy, a little hard to see. Favorite, I think I'm lucky because I'm 175 feet up, and that solves a lot of my antenna problems. I have my antenna on a balcony, and I can't do much other than that with the antennas. Let's see, and favorite food would be at the parties was the Irish cream, which you can't get too drunk from. So, this is Kilo Delta 2, Mike Sierra uniform, and I should have been heard on that one.
All right, yes, the Irish cream. That is good stuff right there. 100%. Love the Irish cream. And happy St. Patrick's Day to you, sir, from KD2 LRX. Really appreciate that. All right, let's go on over to who's next on our list. KE0MIZ, that's Robin Wellington, for his answer to tonight's question.
Okay, good evening once again. This is KE0MIZ. And, I'm as lucky as a leprechaun because I always get to play with my radios. There isn't a day that goes by that I don't get to play with my radios. I guess I'm pretty lucky there. And the fact that my boy is studying for his SAM ticket, so we get that taken care of here shortly. My favorite food beverage on St. Patrick's Day is green eggs and ham. We can make them up like we've done here so far this evening. And green beer. I used to drink a lot of green beer on this day, but not today. That's all gone. But anyways, that's that, and I'll throw it back to you. KE0MIZ, and I'm clear.
KE0MIZ, thank you. I am impressed by how many people are making green eggs and ham. That's pretty awesome stuff right there. All right, thank you so much, Robert of Wellington, Colorado. We'll go on over to K04LIH, Matthew in Kennesaw, for his answer to the next question. K04LIH from KD2LRX, are you still with us? All right, I guess he's not, but that's okay. We'll go on over to KD5BIG for his answer to tonight's question. All right, I guess people are slowly signing off because we're getting to that time of the night. But with that said, let's do another call for check and see if anybody else wants to come in. KD2LRX.
Net control. Net control. This is K2 ACD Long Beach. 52 degrees. No traffic. AG7WK was back at the console.
All right, I'd like to acknowledge K2ACD from Long Beach, Long Island, New York. Welcome aboard, sir. And AG7WQ, we got you back in there. Welcome back. All right, any other stations wishing to check in? And I got Chris in there, K2CVD as well. I forgot to mention that on our net logger. I got you in there as well, Chris. Any other stations wishing to check in?
Victor Kilo 2 Delta Yankee VK2DY, Robinson City.
All right, Robert, welcome aboard, sir. Robert, what's your local temperature in Sydney?
I knew you'd ask that. 83 Fahrenheit and a beautiful sunny autumn day here. VK2.
All right, beautiful, 83 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, let's go on over to who is up next on the list. We'll try G6 KSS for his answer to tonight's question. D6 VFF, are you still with us? Alrighty then. Nothing hurts, so we'll go on over to KG6. OKI in Chino Hills, California. We want to know your answer to tonight's question. If you're still with us. Alright, it looks like a few stations are dropping out on us as we approach the end of the evening. But I know one guy who's still around, that's KD2 NVD. I'd love to hear Rob or Bob's answer to tonight's question. And hi to K7LAN's daughter. Hi. Bob, you want to go, my friend? Oh, and before, Bob, just 1 second before you go, Mike, introduce us to your children.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, that's my children. That's Tori and James. K7LAN.
Guys, we're so happy to have you here. You made our night. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Thank you so much for joining us. We're so thrilled to have you. What's your favorite St. Patrick's Day meals?
Green eggs and ham. Green eggs and mac and cheese.
How about green eggs and ham and green eggs and mac and cheese? We'll have both. You like that idea? I like that idea. And Dennis turned into a pig. Look at that. Guys, we're happy to have you here. You have to come here more often. We love having you. All right. We'll go on over to Bob now. Bob is anxiously awaiting the answer to answer tonight's question, I should say. Bob, what do you have to say? Tonight's question, of course, is as a ham radio operator, what is it that makes you feel as lucky as a leprechaun, and what's your favorite St. Patty's Day meal?
Bob here, KD2 MVP. Also, I had 52 degrees. Didn't get that before. I don't know, I like a lot of things about get that frog out of my throat, that green frog. I like a lot of things about ham radio. I wish I could do more HF, but I'm not in a very good antenna situation. So that's probably one reason I like to go to field day and stay up all night. I see chances to do HF, and that's why I like that a lot. I like nets. I like technical nets too. Even when the technical stuff, even if I'm not doing it myself, I just like listening to it. And I went through all the exams and the license levels because I didn't have as much other stuff to do. I enjoyed studying and learning that stuff about the science of the radio broadcast and all that. So yeah, I'll leave it there. And my dinner tonight was just tortellini and green broccoli. Joe and I both had green broccoli tonight.
And a good breakfast might be green eggs and ham radio. So I'll leave it at that. Back to Ned.
That's great, Bob. I like that one. First of all, I like the tortellini part of it, but I also love the green eggs and ham radio. Joe, next St. Patrick's Day when we do this net, we're going to call it the green eggs and ham radio net. What do you think of that? I like that idea a lot. All right. Bob, thank you, Bob. Appreciate that. And Bob, by the way, and I think Joe may have forgotten this, but on April, let's see. Well, it's actually going to be technically March 31st. We're going to have a net for April Fool's Day, but it's sort of music related. So we ask you to be here on that day, okay? Because we know that you're going to have a lot to say about. We can't tell you what the topic is now, but I promise you, you're going to have a lot of fun. So there you go. All right. Let's go on over now. Let's see. Where are we down the list? Let's see. Why did I lose Bob? 1 second, guys. I lost track on my list here. Oh, we're further down the list than I thought. That's why. Okay. We're going to go over to KB6DHR, Michael in Kelso, Washington. Michael, would love to hear your answer to tonight's question. Mike, I'm loving your kids on this net. This is awesome, by the way. I love it. I love having them here. All right. Michael, are you still with us? All right. I guess Michael is not with us. So, before we go over to KI4VRO, I know we already spoke to them, but I can't resist. If they're still around, there they are. We gotta have them talk again. We gotta have them say whatever they want to tonight. K7LAN. They're part of your beautiful children who are on this net tonight with us.
I like flipping in and out. It's fun.
Look at that. You guys are like doing magic tricks right here. You're disappearing before our very own eyes. I can't believe it. Where are you guys going? You guys, it looks like you're going up to the computer screen. And then you guys are like ghosts. That's what it is. You guys are like ghosts. Look at this. And your dad doesn't even know where you are. But you're touching his head. What's up with this? Ghosts. It's ghosts. Oh my god. Too much fun tonight. Alright. We're going to go on over to KI4VRO. Take it away, Bruce. Bruce, it's great to have you back. I'd love to hear your answer to the next question.
Thank you, Jay. Have a good evening. I guess I'm lucky as a leprechaun that I could reach 90 miles to a C4 FM repeater tonight. And as far as some of my favorite Irish dishes, well, I guess I like to start the day with boxty, loads of butter and maple syrup, and maybe for a lunch meal, some meat, maybe pork, whatever, with boiled bacon and cabbage as a side. And of course, everyone who's Irish loves to cap off the evening with some Irish cream. And I'm always wearing the green on St. Patty's Day in honor of my great-great-grandfather, whose name was John Murphy, who immigrated here in 1880. And so that's my connection to Ireland. With that, I'll turn it back to you. Great net tonight. This is KI4, VRO.
Wow, that's very, very cool. That's very, very cool. First of all, I love your meal choices. I love the maple syrup and the butter. Anything with maple syrup and butter to me is like the best thing in the world. And the 1880s, that is really, really neat. Very nice. Keep wearing that green proud. There you go. Thank you, Bruce. KI4 VRO from KD2 LRS. We're going over to K2CVD, a guy who I've seen here. I don't know where he went. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Is he in Central Park? I don't know. I see a picture of Central Park. Oh, there he is. Now he disappeared. Where'd he go? Uh-oh. I think Mike's kids may have abducted him because he's gone. Where'd he go? K2CVD, we want your answer to tonight's question, and of course, that is with St. Patty's Day today. What is it about being a ham radio operator that makes you feel as lucky as a leprechaun? And what's your favorite St. Patty's Day meal?
Well, thank you, Jason. I thought it would be more appropriate to show you the beautiful greenery of Central Park on St. Patrick's Day, and it's one of our favorite places to go, and it kind of makes us feel like we're in the country when we're in the city. So that's our best greenery we got around here, and we have a neighbor who gives us, every year, she gives us this wonderful, wonderful Irish soda bread. So that's what we enjoy about St. Patrick's Day. I have to say it doesn't last very long, but we really do like it. And the number one thing I love about ham radio that makes me feel lucky and does so every day is the wonderful people I get to meet and talk to around the world. And like here on the net, wonderful people we get to meet here. So that's why I feel really, really lucky to be a ham radio operator. K2CVD, back to net control.
Well, I have to say that I love the greenery for St. Patty's Day in beautiful Central Park in New York City that you're showing us here today. And even more so, I have to say, Chris, I have never put the face to the name and seen you in person. This is awesome. I absolutely love seeing you. I don't know why. I feel like I should have seen you before, maybe in one of our past nights, but I don't remember. But I'm happy you're here tonight. All right. Fantastic. So, guys, happy St. Patrick's Day to all. One of my favorite guys right now is up next. That's K2ACD, Matt in Long Beach, Long Island, New York. And Matt, we want to know your answer to tonight's question.
All right. Good evening, Jay. Good evening, everybody on the net. Well, for Irish foods, I used to have a friend whose name, believe it or not, is Kelly Kelly. And we used to call him Lefty, or he always was called Lefty, but I always asked him why, actually, and he always said, you'll figure it out, and I never figured it out. I have no idea why we called him Lefty. But anyway, we were at Lefty's house. He's got a pool. We always have barbecues and eat steak. So one St. Patrick's Day, me and a couple of my friends threw a dye marker in a swimming pool and turned his swimming pool green. And that turned into a tradition. And for about a decade, we used to go over there and dye his swimming pool green and eat ribeye steaks and potatoes. And so steak is my favorite Irish Day, St. Patrick's Day food, and in particularly ribeye with mashed potatoes, garlic mashed potatoes. So why am I lucky as a leprechaun on St. Patrick's Day? It's like that old Irish saying says, at home but never alone. I'm lucky because with all the lockdowns and all the things that always go on, I've got amateur radio to keep me company, and I'm at home, but never alone. KD2LRX, K2ACD.
Wow, so much to be said there. I love that idea of dyeing your friend's pool green for St. Patty's Day. Just some advice to you guys before you do that to your friends. Be sure you check with them first, otherwise they may not like that. But Lefty did, and Matt, anytime steak is in the equation, it's always a good day for me. I love steak. I love it. Steak and cabbage. Huh, you may have started a new St. Patty's Day tradition for me. I like that a lot. I like that idea. How about this? We'll do cabbage, steak, and we'll do some scotch for me and Dennis. Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that. All right, fantastic. Okay, and Dennis likes that idea too. Um, I will also say that you're totally right. When you're with amateur radio, you are never alone. And I know that last year in New York City, they didn't have the St. Patty's Day parade. They did this year, but they didn't because of COVID. But ham radio operators, even during those rough COVID times, were not alone because they had amateur radio. And the amateur radio, as we all know from Joe, is COVID free. So there you have it. Okay, perfect. So let's go on over now to VK2DY, our friend in Kellyville Ridge, Australia. That is Robert or Bob, and we want to know from you, sir, what is it about St. Patrick's Day and being a ham radio operator that makes you feel as lucky as a leprechaun? And what's your favorite St. Patty's Day meal?
Yes, good afternoon. This is Robert, Victor Kilo 2, Delta Yankee indeed, in Kellyville Ridge, New South Wales. So, part of the urban sprawl that is Sydney. Yeah, you guys are an hour earlier now. It's 13:55 Friday afternoon here, so a little bit earlier. Sun is shining and the temperature's holding at about 83 Fahrenheit. Anyway, well, let's see. Yeah, I think the previous caller really got it right. You're never alone. You've got connections wherever you go. I've run into hams all over the world, and it's a pretty neat experience. It gives you an in into people in other locations. So yes, I would agree with that. As for meals, I'm sort of stumped. I'm sort of there's not really a whole lot of things that are really Irish that I can think of. I know some restaurants here serve Irish breakfast, but I think the only difference between Irish breakfast and English breakfast is whether or not the blood pudding is optional. So I don't really know. I like a good leg of lamb. Roasted lamb's probably my favorite meat, and that's pretty Irish. So I guess that's probably it. Let's go with leg of lamb. VK2DY, back to that.
Oh, that's a good one. You know, nobody brought that up, and I didn't even think of it. Leg of lamb for St. Patty's Day. How about that? That's a good one. Wow. Very good. I like that. All right. Kellyville Ridge, Australia, outside of Sydney. Appreciate that, BKTTY from KD2LRX. All right. Any other stations we should check in this evening?
AG7WQ will comment.
Yes, sir. Take it away.
Well, I appreciate having the opportunity to just stand by, but I'm intrigued by the next question. So, what is a leprechaun? I'm hanging with the folks at FusionNet on St. Patrick's Day. Didn't get any better than that. What about Irish food? Well, I didn't have a Swedish surname, but my mother's maiden name was O'Hara. So you'll find me powering down some Foxy when I have the opportunity or some Irish potato soup. And with the history of the fire service, that actually is a big deal for guys in the fire service. So you'll see a lot of them running around yelling, "Fear the Chinook," which is mainly for men of fire, probably under the influence of alcohol. And as I say that, I'm sitting here, an Irish boy drinking Scotch whiskey. I don't know if that condemns me to hell or not, but what can I say? Other than that, I'm just glad to be here. Thanks everybody for sharing this evening, and I will say back to net control. 87 WXP.
All right. I like that. I like that answer. Hanging out with the guys of FusionNet on St. Patty's Day. That makes you feel lucky as a leprechaun, and that frankly makes me feel as lucky as a leprechaun too. No question about it. I'm digging that, and I'm loving you enjoying the St. Patty's Day drink festivities as well. That's pretty awesome. Thank you. And I'm sorry if I missed you on Down the Log. I actually no, I think I called you and I didn't hear you. That's probably what it was. But if I did miss you, that's my apologies. All right. So I guess it's my answer to tonight's question at this point. I will tell you that my favorite St. Patty's Day meal is, believe it or not the corned beef and cabbage, but rather pastrami and cabbage. I love pastrami, as you all know. Because Joe and I love Cat's Deli in New York City, but I love pastrami, and since Joe confirmed with me the other day that pastrami and corned beef are essentially the same thing, just cooked differently, I thought it would be okay to go to the diner tonight and get myself a pastrami with some cabbage and with some fries. And it was perfect. Perfect. So I enjoyed that tonight for dinner. Had that little thing of scotch, and really a great St. Patty's Day, hanging with all of you guys. That's what makes me feel lucky as a leprechaun. Having the opportunity to have come up with the idea of FusionNet with my friend Joe, and to kind of see the vision come to life, and to see how much it's grown, and to celebrate St. Patty's Day with all of my friends who I consider good friends. After all these years of knowing most of you guys, it is an honor and a privilege. So that's what makes me do that leprechaun jig, if you will. And Joe, I'm not actually doing a jig on Zoom. It's not happening. So anyway, that's my story I'm sticking to. Kitty2LRX. Any other stations with wishing to check in? Any stations with traffic? Any other comments?
Nine Zulu 4 Juliet Charlie Junior Trinidad and Tobago.
Junior from Trinidad and Tobago. I love it. Welcome aboard, Junior. Great to have you here tonight. Junior, what's your temperature in Trinidad and Tobago, and what makes you feel as lucky as a leprechaun on St. Patrick's Day as you as a ham radio operator?
Good night, G, and good night to all the other operators here tonight, FusionNet. The temperature right now is approximately 79 degrees Fahrenheit. We don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day in Trinidad, but I get the gist that it's something have to do with something green, eating green. Well, I had okra rice today. Today with lettuce and cucumber salad. I think that's green enough. The only thing I did in my reading today is while I was working driving around, I was just listening to the American Link station there while I was driving there. So that's it. How are things on your end? How are things on your end, Mr. Control? Over.
Yeah, I love that. I love that answer. And I love how these things are very good on our end, fortunately. FusionNet is alive and strong, and tonight we are actually not only on the air here, but we're also live on a Zoom meeting. So everyone with a webcam has been able to join us and not only be on the air with us, but also get to see one another. So it's really a lot of fun. And your buddy Matt, K2ACD, is also here tonight. I'll let you say hi to him.
Oh, no problem at all. Good night, Matt. Good night, Matt. How are you? How are you, my friend? Long time no see, long time no hear. Over.
Hey, Junior, what's going on, man? Glad to hear your voice. Glad to hear everything's well. Yeah, we got to talk, on the telephone or on the radio more often. Come into the K2ECD room or FusionNet a little bit more often, and we'll have a chat. Good to hear your voice, man. 73, and I'll talk to you soon. 82LRX. Thanks for letting us go direct for a second there. I appreciate that. K2ECD.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Junior is a beloved member of our FusionNet group, and we're so happy that he's back. Loving it. And look at Joe and Dennis. They both grew mustaches. They look so professional right now. They look like businessmen. Look at that. Joe kind of looks like Super Mario a little bit, I gotta say. Oh my god, look, and we're even getting the curling of the mustache and everything. Oh, I love it.
Hey, Luigi.
Listen, Dennis and Joe may have virtual mustaches, but I'm going to toss it over to a guy who has a real mustache, K2CVD, as he gives us the stats of the evening. Chris, I don't think we heard you. I think it might have been from Joe's double. I'm not sure. But while Joe's eating lollipops, maybe you want to go ahead and give us one more try.
Okay, Jason, hope you can hear me now. I just had a question about whether we should count the Isle of Wight as a separate country, K2CVD, to net control.
What is the Isle of Wight? Where's that from?
G6VFF is from the Isle of Wight. I checked it on QRZ, and I think on some of the contesting it's counted as a separate country. So I don't know whether we should count it as UK along with Toby or as a separate country. Hope that's a clear question. Back to you.
well, as net control operator, it says island in England on Google, but in my book, if they counted in contesting as a separate country, why not count it as a separate country? Let's do it.
Okay, Jason, now sharpen your pencil. Here we go. We have 12 U.S. states. 12. 7 time zones. 7. 1 British county. 1 Australian state. 5 countries. 4 continents. And 19 cities. I hope you got that. K2CVD, back to net control.
I have 12 U.S. states, 7 time zones, 1 British county, 1 Australian state, 5 countries, 4 continents, and 19 states. QSL.
QSL, Jason, perfect. And actually, I wish everybody else a happy St. Patrick's Day, and I'll just be on the side listening to the end of the net. This is K2CVD, back to net control.
As always, Chris, an amazing, amazing job by you. Thank you so much for being not only an ambassador, but an incredible statistician for us. Cannot thank you enough for these incredible stats that you provide to us. It's such valuable information, and we thank you. I will tell you this, guys, that right now, this is a weekly meeting of the FusionNet where we meet every single Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And our mission is to help educate those individuals interested in learning about the amateur radio hobby and to continue building the fellowship of hams across the world. We host this weekly night each and every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern where participants pass traffic and comments, and we discuss all things amateur radio related with an emphasis on the various digital modes and beyond. Each week, Net Control either presents a question or a topic open for discussion, or hosts a trivia night where participants put their knowledge to the test on various amateur radio topics. We encourage participants to email us, so if they'd like to discuss on FusionNet, to fusion@thefusionnet.org. Again, fusion@thefusionnet.org. And we have been so fortunate to have some really great questions come from many of our members, such as K2CVD and K2ACD, among others. So, well, we want you to have fun. Why? This is your net, and we want to make sure we're covering topics you want to discuss. Go on over to check out our awesome website, thefusionnet.org. My good buddy Joe did an amazing job designing it. I wrote some of the copy, and our good buddy Mitch hosts us, so we're really happy about that as well. Club members contribute their time and their money to provide all these services to the local amateur radio community, and we would greatly appreciate all of your support. And don't forget, guys, to check it 10 consecutive times, you become an automatic member of FusionNet, so why not do it? It's totally free. With that said, here's one final check for any stations wishing to check into FusionNet. All right, with nothing heard, I'd like to thank the following radio stations for checking in during our very special edition of FusionNet as we celebrate St. Patty's Day. We have N7MKY, that's our good buddy David and Phil, net control operator in Boise, Idaho. KK7AYJ, his better half, in Boise as well, Annette. We have K7LAN, Michael in Boise, Idaho too. Love Boise. N5DWR, Dennis, our friend in Spring, Texas. AC2AE, Joe in Gravesend, Brooklyn, my fellow co-host, fellow originator of FusionNet, and fellow ideator of the net as well, in AC2AE. And by the way, do not forget, next thing you're engaged in Brooklyn, ring his bell and tell me you want some seltzer. Okay? 2E0 TGE, our buddy Toby, who was downing those pints of Guinness, and I can't blame him because Guinness is a wonderful, wonderful thing. And he's in Southampton, UK. KG0BK, our buddy Russ in Manchester, and fellow net control operator. He also got all his equipment back up and running, so we're happy about that. Let me let this drop. We had WD7RWS, Michael in Emmett, Idaho. We had Ron in Trempealeau, WI. What's WI? Wisconsin, right? 89OHQ. We had Howie, our resident meteorologist, KD2 MSU, Coney Island, Brooklyn. How about Robert in Wellington, Colorado, KE0MIZ. We had KO4LIH, Matt in Kennesaw, Georgia. How about KD5BIG? It's Natchez, Missouri. No, not Missouri. MS. Why am I doing so bad with these? MS, Mississippi. Am I, Chris, shake your head if I'm right or wrong. Mississippi, right? MS? I think so. Okay. We had G6VFF, Steve, who is actually in let's see, he's actually in his own country, the Isle of Wight. So we're happy he's with us. We had Quinn in Chino Hills, California, KG6OKI, and in Coolidge, Arizona, we had AG7WQ. Oh, stop it, Dennis. I'm almost done. All right, we had KD2 NDB, Bob, our music man in, of course, Clarksville, Brooklyn, KB6BHR in Kelso, Washington, KI4VRO, vintage radio operator in Newberry, South Carolina, KTCVD, our one of our Fusion ambassadors, and he's, of course, on the Upper West Side, and he's, of course, our statistician. We have K2ACD, our original ambassador of FusionNet. We have BK2TY in Kellyville Ridge, Australia, outside of Sydney. 904, Julie and Charlie, our buddy Junior in Trinidad and Tobago, and of course, I am KD2LRF. See, now we're done, Dennis. Now we're done. Alright, if I can find my FusionNet script, you can tell it's the end of the night when I'm, like, losing my bearings on everything. Where'd it go? Hold on, guys. Alright, here we go. So, remember this. Boys and girls, brothers and sisters, and the great words of inventor and futurist Nikola Tesla. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. God bless you all. Happy St. Patty's Day. Have a happy, healthy, and safe weekend, and we'll catch you down the log next Thursday. And Chris, I'm loving that mug. KD2 LRS is clear.
Jay, as usual, man, awesome net. Great Zoom meeting. I recorded it. I think I'm going to be putting it up on the website for nostalgic reasons. And guys, I am tired, man. I'm up since 5:30 this morning, so I'm going to sleep. Good night, everybody. Thank you for joining us. That's my phone blowing up. So, Chris, Bob, Annette, Dave, Mike, Dennis, Wes, Jay, everybody on the Fusion on the Zoom meeting. Have a great night, man. Bob, I think I mentioned you already, but have a good night, everybody. Love you all. God bless you. Have a blessed weekend, and we'll catch you back here next week. And stay tuned for our next Zoom meeting. We're going to be doing another one for Easter, so we're going to have another Easter Zoom live meeting that we'll be setting up, and we'll get that information out to you guys as soon as possible. Alpha Charlie 2, Alpha Echo, Joe, and Raisin, Brooklyn, New York, signing off. 73, everyone.
7-3, y'all. Thank you, Joe. It's been really fun. KD2 LRX.
Looking forward to the next Zoom. It was fun. and 5, DWR, clear.
Thank you, Dennis. Thank you all guys again. And KD2LRX, I am clear off the Fusion Network and off the Zoom.
Good night, guys. Sorry I couldn't get here earlier. I got home really late tonight. K2 ACD.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Junior. Thank you, everybody. KD2LRX, I am clear. For real this time, QRT. Quebec, Romeo to go.